an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put up, sir.
I will not shut up.
Will you get out?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you
up.
keep quiet? Get there, big fool.
I'm not
You are a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
You think
sir.
I shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are big
fool.
fool.
I am not a fool, sir.
As at the time I graduated, you were in primary school.
I'm acting on others.
Take for which order? You will see whether you love me here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
LCD don't carry their truck go. Shame on you. Wike don't go with his truck. Soldier win this fight too. FCDA. Only one he locks of soldier.
Every time they go, they're supposed to give order. Say, may they destroy.
May they destroy. SCD don't pack their truck. Wike don't go. You want to collect soldier land?
They wise. People when they die for their land, they die for this land. Now you won't collect out from them. Very short now. Very short. Now these people they die for this land. You can't do what happen now.
I'm telling you, Wike don't carry shame go. Same boys on the floor. Power pass power. Power pass power.
I'm sure you have seen the video between Governor Wike and the soldier, right? That came out yesterday. So let me explain that video. But notice something from this video. Governor Wike and the guy, they were talking from two different worlds. They were talking from two different angles, two different perspectives of life. You will see that they have two opposite priorities. I will explain. Governor Wike said, you are a small boy, you are a big fool, you are this, you are that. When I went to the university, you have not seen primary school. All of those things. He was laying emphasis on his social achievements and material possession, connection, and political position. He was talking from there. But nothing he said was as striking as when the guy said, I am an officer and I have integrity. Do you know why the guy said that thing? He listened to everything Wike said he has and everything he has achieved. And he realized one thing that Wike probably have not have achieved in life is integrity. Integrity speaks volume anywhere, in any form of life, in any level. It speaks volume. If somebody says, get out, you don't see money before, how many cars you get, how many houses you get, how many this one you get, you say, I get integrity. Because in money, no go fit buy your integrity. That is why integrity is key. I'm not saying people who have integrity are not going to have money. You can have both, it's very possible. But for this guy to listen to that guy no broke, even as a soldier. Between yesterday and today, we don't hear a lot of things about that. We don't even hear saying father self, na senior man normally. And one thing you must know, according to the law, only the president of the country, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, he is the only one who has the sole right to command an officer, not a minister, not an appointed minister. So we cannot get right to command that guy. Only the guy's military superiors or the president who is superior to all the generals in the country and all of that. But guess what? The guy stood his ground. The guy no fear. He's fearless. And he looked at Wike in the face and said, I am an officer. I have integrity. The guy couldn't say, oh, you have gone to university, me, I've gone to university too. Sometimes psychology tells you that don't respond to people with the manner with which they said something to you. If somebody tells you they're mad, you tell them, say, you yourself, you're mad. You don't say no go pain the person. If somebody tells you you are mad, and you say, I understand where you're talking from. Mad people always recognize their colleagues, but it's fine. You don't say that one go pain a pass. The guy had to look for, he cannot serve Wike with the same plate where Wike they serve him, which is wisdom. Wisdom. That boy carried out his duties, stood his ground, maintained steez, and yet did what he was ordered to do. He deserves a promotion, if you ask me. My prayer and I will get more soldiers with day like this. We could stand, say, I can't take orders from you. I don't want to know what happened with the land, whether the land is none of my business. But for this guy to be able to brag with his integrity is supposed to be a lesson to Wike and maybe other politicians to know that integrity in governance and leadership is key. God bless you.
What was the problem? How can I see it as a minister? Government officials have been attacked. Government officials have been beaten up. Government officials to the level of directorship. Then I'm sitting in my office doing what? How will such officials carry out their functions again when they know that their principal or their boss cannot protect them? Not as private individuals, as government officials. So many people have had problems. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former general, former head of state, former president, he will call me on phone. Minister, I look good at this problem of land here. I say, please carry. I will solve the problem. That is former head of state, former elected president. We have the courtesy of calling me minister. Look, I have this problem. I have this problem. See how you can look into it. General Tiwadan would call you. Look, there is this and this and this. These are people who, they all retired generals. These are people with constant discipline. They didn't bother because they were former chief of army staff. They were former president. They never sent soldiers. They never sent anybody to go and attack anybody. They just call you. And respect begets respect. I have to respect. And I'll tell them, sir, don't worry. I'll sort out the problem. And I will do. I won't even talk about other people who are highly placed. They will come to you. Mr. Minister, maybe we didn't know of this. If we knew, we would have done it like this. When a serving Major General attacked the development control, I wrote a letter. The present chief of defense staff was chief of army staff then. I wrote a letter, sir. See. Because that is a serving military officer. That if anything goes wrong, he's still under the authority, under the control of the military. When I came on board, before them, President Jonathan had awarded a contract to develop another city, which was close to the military. Awarded a contract, not to me. A federal council presided over by the CNC. Awarded. The contractor went there, he was just away. I wrote a letter. We met. The late chief of army staff, Alabangi, was there. The former chief of defense staff was there. These same ministers of defense, they were all there. We all met. I said, look, it is not good, this government and government. I mean, it's not, let's see how we can resolve this matter. I never one day, I respect institutions. And I know what it takes. Even as a governor, nobody, no governor will say that they supported the military more than me. So I know. But how do you see a private individual knowing fully well that you are against the law? It is not military versus government. No. If it was military, I would have written to them that, look, military, why are you doing this? This is a private individual. Land was not allocated to him. Land was allocated to a company called Santos in 2007. for parks and recreation. They applied to the former minister for change of use. The minister refused. The man went, started selling land. Maybe the former chief of staff fell into their scam, sold. This government property is not your property. If government officials came to say, look, what are you doing here now? This is not, government has sat under the ministerial committee and taken back every land under parks and even under secretariat, because we felt that there are a lot of dealings, suits, litigations. We said, no, we won't continue with that. You send this website beating government officials. Not private, but government officials, beating them. Senior government officials, you were beaten. You couldn't even say, okay, let me get to the minister. See how he can help us, No, not like that. Simply because you had a relationship with the military. And government cannot enforce laws because you are attached or you had a relationship with a particular institution, or you come from a particular place. Who does that? Who does such thing? How will this country progress?
Disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Afriscope TV does not promote hate, violence, or misinformation. All content is based on publicly available data and expert commentary. Viewers are encouraged to think critically and verify independently.